Welcome to the show. Hi, I'm Randy Jeffers, and we are live from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, we have a special show for you today. It is a subject that is just so exciting, especially in the last year or so. And we have with us a very special guest from the state of Oregon. He is a master marijuana grower. So we're going to talk about this subject of marijuana and the legalization of it, and if it's good for you, if it's controversial, all those parts of it. So, Adrian, welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Nice to be here.
It's
nice
great to have you. Absolutely, great to have you here in Las Vegas, and hope you've been enjoying yourself while you're here.
Oh yeah, a lot of good people and a lot of good food.
Absolutely. Well, let's start with this question because, it is a little bit of a controversial subject, and I know we're going to have a medical doctor on in the next segment, and he's going to talk a little bit about some of those kinds of questions. But is marijuana good for you? What's going on in the industry?
It's tough to say. People kind of have a hard opinion on it still, from it being a drug, from it not being a drug. Me personally, I say it's a medicine. With the experience that I've got. Hospitalizations, things like that. It's kept me out. I look at it as a medicine. With people in my family, they use it as well. I produce it for them, make salves and rubs for them. They claim that it helps over the prescriptions that they're taking daily. So to me, in my personal opinion, I say it works. It's a great medicine as opposed to a drug or anything like that. So it's really tough to say. It's got a lot of harsh opinions, people against it, but I think we're going to be doing a lot of things that are hopefully changing those opinions and thoughts of other people that are looking at it.
Well, it obviously has a lot of people that take the other side and are very pro legalization now. It just passed here in Nevada this last year, this last election, and Oregon, of course, it's been legalized.
Yes.
California, you got a number of states now, and so what's the climate like up in Oregon?
Just like right here in Vegas right now, but we've got some snow and rain and good things like that.
I meant the other climate. You always have rain in Oregon.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. But climate, as in
in the industry,
okay.
What's the industry climate? Yeah. It's very legal, and it seems like there are, it's probably much more advanced, certainly, than here in Nevada. It's been legalized longer, right?
Definitely. Oregon's kind of one of those states where they tend to follow a lot of other states and kind of do the good things, and not necessarily the bad, as kind of like following Colorado and following California, doing things like that. It's a new market, I'd say, definitely, but they're going in the right direction on everything that they're doing. They're making sure, from down to the seed to stem tracking, all the way up to just making it either recreational or medical. So things are really changing down there, or up there, in Oregon. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here in the next few months.
Now you have a licensed facility, so you're licensed to grow medical marijuana.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so this isn't for recreation or anything. This is for people that have medical issues.
Correct. Exactly. Yes, we do that there, and we've got a wide range of people that we cater to, from fibromyalgia to just basic asthma, things like that, seizures. We've got tendinitis, things like that we help with a lot of patients that we've got. So it's doing a lot of things for a lot of people that they would have never expected to help. So we're just kind of trying to push the fact that it is a medicine as opposed to a Schedule 1 or anything like that. So we're hoping that people kind of see it sooner than later.
Well, I've heard a lot of stories, positive stories, about CBD. And CBD, as I understand it, comes from the hemp plant,
yes.
Which has high concentrations of CBD and low amounts of the THC, which is the part that makes you the hallucinogenic effect, right?
Correct.
And then the marijuana plant also has CBD, but it has small amounts. It's sort of the opposite, right? It has small amounts of CBD
yes.
and high amounts of THC.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yes.
So, but I've heard amazing stories from people with CBD, stopping seizures and pain and just incredible
Oh,
stories.
absolutely, absolutely. I've got a personal friend right now that's been taking opiates for over 15 years, and he's just taking a simple CBD taffy, and he's now not having to take these opiates and rely on them, and for something like that for over 15, 20 years, he's shocked. He's really shocked, and he's really excited to actually see that now he's able to do these types of things, as opposed to taking nothing but oxys or Percocets or anything like that. So it's really exciting. It really is.
Well, it sounds like it. I've I have never had drugs in my life of any kind, and I grew up in that era when just about everybody was smoking a joint, and that's what parties were all about. And they had coffee houses where you'd go and sit in circles, and I saw it, I witnessed it all, but I never partook of any of that. But it was a different era then, and of
Sure.
course it was very illegal. And
Sure.
but that I think that generation sort of changed things a lot. But it's opened up a lot of possibilities now for the medical uses, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. A lot of uses. From lotion ointments to pills to candies to some people are using it in shampoos and things like that. Daily washes. So there's endless possibilities.
Now, Adrian, you're a master grower,
Yes.
and tell us what does that mean?
Well, there's a few things you can call. I guess you can call yourself a master grower if you get a degree. I think there's some places that are offering degrees and growing marijuana. But I personally like to say, to be a master at something, you got to have over 10,000 hours in it. So I definitely have over 10,000 hours in growing.
Wow.
And so that's where I feel that I've been able to compete with those that have degrees and also do better than what they're producing with the degrees. So I feel that that the experience is a big key, because you can't really learn a lot of things in a book that you can hands on in any industry, or for that matter.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it when we come back after the break. I want to hear more about exactly what you do and how all that works. What you do on a day-to-day basis, and
Okay.
and how long does it take? Well, let's just when you start a little plant, how does it start from the very beginning?
Well, there's a couple different ways you can actually start it. You can go ahead and go to the dispensaries which are now providing plants, little clones, so to speak, or they have them different various sizes. You can get it that route. Some people don't have the ability to start seeds or get seeds, which now are becoming available. So they can either start from a seed or a plant. The easiest for those that are just getting involved, do the plants, and then once they do that, it generally takes about a month to get it of decent size to produce any type of medicine. And then at that point, 2 months down the line, you want to switch the timing on that, and then it produces flower, and you have your medicine at about 90 days from start to finish. On a day-to-day basis, what we go through up in Oregon, it's kind of a routine thing that we do. We kind of start off as the sun comes up, we come up. We like to get in there and kind of go over each plant and kind of make sure that there's nothing, any deficiencies of bugs, or a lot of things that can affect the plant and affect its potency and affect the medicine, and at the same time too, just not make you pass the testings that they've now put out there, so that we know that the patients are getting a good product and that are not getting pesticides and insecticides and things like that. So we have to make sure that we're not having to do those measures. So we kind of get the bugs gone, so to speak, and we've got to water it. We do our daily watering, and we have our groups come in to do our pruning. Kind of do our bonsai, so to speak, and so that way we can maximize the most that we can get, because there are limitations which you've got in Oregon. They're working on that right now, but they have a plant size limit, so we try to maximize the most that we can out of our plants, so that way we don't have to actually take it to the next level of recreational, because we're still trying to focus on the medical aspect as opposed to the recreational.
Well, I would assume that with regulation and with this legalization that's happened, the regulation is is very plentiful, and they're watching closely. I want to hear about that, a little more about that when we come back, and
Yeah.
I think Dr. Snipper is going to be joining us
Yeah.
as well. So,
Absolutely.
great subject, fascinating, very fascinating. We'll be right back.